Hello and welcome to Dear IJ. This is where we add value to your spirit, body, mind, and soul. Join us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We are also on Facebook and Instagram. No pretense, no judgment. This is how it works. People write about a problem or a challenge. We share the summary of their writing and try to help with suggestions. I am a trained psychologist, and combined with human experience, I hope to be of help. All right, let's go there. We're starting today. I'm channeling my masculine energy because this is our first official writing from a man. Woohoo! I'm so excited. That's why I'm wearing jeans, trying to do, shout out to all my male people out there. So now we go. It says, Dear IJ, I am 61 years old man. I am a 61-year-old man, that has spent 41 years of my life working, starting, and running businesses to make ends meet. As God would have it, I became wealthy over time. I married a 25-year-old lady when I was 35. We have been married for over 25 years with 4 children. The problem I have is that I am responsible for 100% of the needs of my family, from my wife's intimate wear to her sanitary pads to school fees, everything. I mean 100%. The funny thing is I enjoyed it as a young man because it gave me a sense of control and power. But over time, I'm beginning to get tired and a bit concerned because despite all the sacrifices, my children tend to gravitate towards their mother. Everybody assumes I'm okay. And as I'm aging, I'm beginning to ask myself if I should save to get a nurse for my old age or get a second younger wife who would be able to take care of my needs. I think this is a major predicament because indeed I am getting tired. So, first I want to applaud all the men that are able to provide for their families 100%. It's not easy. Applaud. However, what Femi has shared with us is very common. It's called the breadwinner's fatigue. If you are 100% breadwinner of your family, it can start wearing on you over time. However, it's a choice. If you believe that a man is supposed to provide 100%, you attract a woman who's okay with being provided for 100%. But you can also decide that it will be 20-80. Not that you do mathematics, but like the woman will say, I would like to contribute, even if it's the minor part of the 100%. But it is for all of us to know that he who pays the piper dictates the tune. On one hand, if the man is doing 100%, he does have control because people's livelihoods are dependent on you. You have another adult, your wife, another adult that you're catering to their every need. There's a flip side too. Women who believe in that, you should also know that you have to subject yourself to the authority of the person who your livelihood is dependent on. So these are things that people negotiate in relationships. I'm not touching that. But I want you to know that men, you have to be on the lookout for your health from the beginning because it will take a psychological toll on you. In fact, some men start resenting their wives as they get older because they'll start realizing, like he says, the kids are gravitating towards their mom. The kids feel like they have a better relationship with their mother. And part of the reason why is that sometimes people are providing materially, but not psychologically, not spiritually. So if you're going to provide as a man, make sure it's holistic. Beyond the money, do you have relationship with your children? Do you have emotional connection with your children? Especially your male child. Your male child needs that connectivity because if not, they would grow up having a distant relationship with you. They might admire you, but they are not connected with you. Then the female child as well. You are their first role model of how men are supposed to treat them. So you're a very vital part of the family. You're not just there to provide money. Money alone is not enough. So if your motive for provision is to have control, like you said, when you were younger, you liked it. As you get older, you now start realizing that Provision should be connected to leadership, and leadership connected to provision. So, and if you're leading, you're not ruling. If you're leading, you should lead with compassion. You should lead based on relationship. You should lead based on respect, not fear. Your children should have a texture of your personality. So having established that, I also want to encourage men to travel light. I've talked about traveling light. Travel light. I know you face a world, I was reading the other day where somebody was saying it's called masculine shaming, where people, society tends to shame men who cannot provide 100% for their families. So there's a lot of pressure. But men, you should also find a way to manage that pressure. Make sure you're taking good care of yourself. Remember what I always talk about, the aviation theory. You have to put your own mask on before the others. Make sure you're eating well, you're exercising well, that you have a social outlet. But I keep emphasizing, make sure you have a relationship with the people you're providing for, because that will help you as you get older. Your children are gravitating towards their mother because while you were providing, their mother was building relationship with them. So I'm sorry to say this to men. If you're providing, you should also make time to have relationships with your children. Just there being your children is not enough. And that's one mistake I see in African culture. People think that the structure of a relationship takes care of the functionality of the relationship. Let me now break it down. Just because I'm your sister, or I'm your sibling, or I'm your wife, or I'm your husband, or I'm your child, is not enough to account for the quality of the relationship. The relationship itself, that's the functionality, is based on the actual connectivity, the connection, the experiences, the things that you share. That is actually what builds the relationship. The other things are just structural. They are just labels. So in the absence of the quality of the relationship, it's very, very difficult to reconcile as you get older. However, the good news, Mr. Femi, is it's not late. Please, it's not late at all. Start today. Be intentional about your relationship with your children. I can imagine your children are a bit grown up now. Make out time. Take them out to lunch or dinner or to go out to eat. Sit down, talk. Ask them basic questions like they're strangers. Because I bet, because you've been so busy, you don't really know who your children are. Take your time. Even start the conversation by saying, I spent all my life working for you, making sure you have everything you need, school fees. But now I want to make out time to know who you are as a person. I want a relationship with you, my son. I want a relationship with you, my daughter. Do it individually. Don't do it as a group yet. So if you take individual time to spend time with each of them, then at some point you also spend time with them without your wife. Wives, please allow this to happen so that you can discuss things with them. You can even apologize to them. Say, sorry, I thought I should just focus on provision. I forgot that I needed to have a good relationship with you guys, but I want us to start working on it now. I hope it's not too late. You'll be surprised. Your children will be receptive to it. And so after you do that, then you also talk to your wife. You tell your wife, I need you to help me to know who our children are more. Because I'm getting older, we've sent them to school. I would like to have a relationship with them. If you're such a wife and your husband turns to you with such vulnerability, help him. Go child after child, tell them some things that that perhaps he doesn't even know about that child. And then the next in contact will be as a family unit. And now you've told everybody that you want to form a relationship. So these things would help. It will reduce the chances of you feeling like you're getting older and your children don't really know you, you don't have a relationship with them. We can't cry over spilled milk. You've done well for providing 100%, but it's a choice that both you and your wife made. Let me tell you why it's a choice that you guys made as a couple. If your wife was against it, she would have told you that, please. I know a couple that the wife said after some time, when the kids all started school, the wife told the husband, say, these children, the school fees you're paying now is nothing compared to when they will go to university. I went to school, I'm a graduate. Let me find something I can do so that I can be putting the money away for tomorrow. You wouldn't interrupt your being the provider. And guess what? It worked. because she started doing working from home anyway. But it gave them a stretch of time. Her money was never touched, it was invested. A stretch of time. So by the time the man was getting older, there was this stash of money from savings over the years. And the woman wasn't under pressure to work a 9 to 5. She was just doing something she enjoyed doing. And so there are ways that couples have that discussion. Now, so there has to be a balance. First, when a couple decides to do this, they should anticipate that the breadwinner will get tired over time. So you prepare for it. Having said that, Mr. Femi and all the providers out there, take good care of yourself. We appreciate you. But being a provider is not limited to just money. And so that is it for us today. Please like, share, and subscribe to Dear IJ on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, as well as on Facebook and Instagram, and yes, TikTok. Remember, be happy, be healthy, and keep it positive. Until next time, that's it from me. Thank you.